Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the introduction to a new project. This is going to be my 30 by 30 project pan. Now, my goal with this project is not to use up 30 products from my collection or to even hit pan on 30 products in my collection. This is a fully usage-based project, and my goal with each of the products that I'm going to be using in this project is to get 30 uses out of them. I will eventually work on 30 products in this project as well. So why don't we go through some of the specifics? If you're having a hard time following, because I feel like I'm gonna have a hard time kind of explaining all the intricacies of what I'm intending with this project, I do have a Google spreadsheet that I'm going to link down in the description box so that you can see all of the products that I'm working on and all of my just like plans with this project. So okay, let me try to be as clear and concise as I possibly can be. So as I said, it is 30 products to focus on, and the goal is to use 30 products 30 times by my 30th birthday. This video is going up on the 30th of January, and I'm going to be updating it every other month on the 30th of that month. So I'm going to be updating it in March, May, July, and September, with the conclusion on the 30th of November. My birthday is on the 19th of November, so I'm hoping to get those 30 uses on each of the products in by around that time, because likely I will, as usual, film my video probably a week before it actually goes live. That's typically what my turnaround time is for videos. But in any case, so what I'm going to do is randomize 10 products from a list of 30 products that I have from my collection. So I've listed 30 eligible products, which are also in the Google spreadsheet. These are products that I may have not used very much. I don't think I've gotten quite 30 uses out of them yet, so I really want to put them to the test to better know the products. They're products that I eventually may want to pan, and I want to figure out if that's something that I'd like to do with them. And that way I can either, figure out if it's something that works for me, or I can make some decent progress to put it into a future project pan or to work towards a certain goal in the future on the product. And there are some products in here as well that I think I may be able to finish up within 30 uses, or like around that 30 uses, or get me super close to finishing off the product. So what I'm going to do in this introduction today is we are going to randomize 10 products from my list of 30 that I've selected to focus on. And I'm going to attempt to use them 30 times within the project. Whether I finish the 30 uses in the first 2 months, that would be amazing, but I can use them throughout the remainder of this project pan. And when I come back to film each of the updates, I'm going to randomize 5 additional products because there's still going to be 20 outstanding items in my eligible product list. So I'm going to randomize 5 products every single update, no matter how many goals I have already hit by that point. So let's say next update I haven't used any of the products the full 30 uses, then I will be at 15 products that I'm focusing on already by the first update. But if by my first update I have actually hit my usage goal on 6 items, then I'll only have a total of 9 products to focus on in my next 2 months span of time. I know it sounds complex, and it kind of is, but really what I want to try to do with this project is to rotate through those like products that I have targeted as being something of priority. And I just really want to get to know my collection a little bit better and know these products a little bit better. So 30 uses really gives me an opportunity to put them to the test. And having a usage goal of 30 uses over a 2-month time span potentially, I feel like is much more attainable than doing this like month to month. But with this structure that I've given myself, I will be able to rotate through all of the 30 items by the September update. So by September 30th, I'll have rolled all 30 products in, whether I have 30 products I'm still focusing in on at that time, or I may have only 5 products that I'm working on it for those last 2 months. We'll see how this goes. It all depends on what products I roll in and kind of what I'm inspired to use and how I want to get use out of them. 30 uses is a pretty steep amount of uses for some of these products, and for others, it might be super easy to get those uses out of them. So Yes, I know this is very complicated. I hope that the spreadsheet might offer you a little bit more clarification if you're not understanding, and hopefully throughout this project I can figure out a better way to explain this because it is it's complicated. But yeah, why don't we just get on into it and randomize the first 10 products that I'm going to be focusing on until my next update of this project. Where is my phone? I need to find my phone so I can do that. So I have in the Tiny Decisions app, I have all 30 products that are eligible for this project in a wheel. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a screen recording like off camera, but I'm gonna record the wheel spinning so that you can actually see while I talk about the products what are my initial 10 items. If you would rather for the updates of this video see on camera my reactions to the products and then I can go pick them from my collection and show you what they look like, let me know. But I think that that might be a little bit redundant and that might take up a little bit more time for this video. So what I'm gonna do is do a screen recording, randomize, and I'll share with you all of the 10 items that I did select. So I just randomized everything and I have all the products sitting in front of me, and I feel like this is a really good mix of types of products in terms of like full face application of products, but also in terms of the level of challenge that they will be. Like I think some of these products I may be able to roll out by the first update, and some of these items are things that are going to take me a little bit longer. They're maybe not perfectly suited to this season. So it is going to be a challenge, but it's also going to be quite a bit of fun, I think. I'm really looking forward to just getting into this project though. So why don't I share with you all 10 products that we're going to be kicking it off with. The first item I have here is a lip gloss by Catrice. This packaging is like totally faded, but it is the Generation Plump and Shine lip gloss in the shade Shimmery Goldstone. This is a beautiful like brown nude for me kind of lip gloss color, and there really isn't a lot left in here. It's settled down to about this line. So not a lot left in here. There is some product on the sides, and I obviously have not yet taken out the stopper. So there may be more than 30 uses in this, but I think that within the 30 uses, I'll get pretty freaking close to using this up, which is amazing. Of course, that's not my intention with most of these products, as I said in the introduction, but I wanted to give myself a little bit of a balance of like products that were in different stages of their life and different things that I could accomplish through this project through the 30 uses. So this is one I may actually be able to finish off, and if not, it's something that I will be able to finish shortly after this project pan or roll it into a different project for a very short while. But anyways, 30 uses on this is not going to be a challenge whatsoever. I'm really looking forward to getting some use out of that actually. The next product is going to be a bit more of a challenge. It is a depotted contour shade from the ABH Contour and Highlight palette. This is the shade Fawn, and it's a contour. It is a powder contour, and I'm not the most confident when it comes to contouring, so this is definitely going to be a bit more of a challenge for me to reach for and to remember to just use in my everyday kind of routine. I think I could get 30 uses out of this in 2 months, but I'm not going to push myself to really need to reach that goal in the first 2 months, because this is something that I can play around with throughout the rest of the year. It's a color that works for me at all times, I think, even when I'm at my most tan or at my most fair. But 30 uses shouldn't be a huge struggle. It's just a matter of remembering to reach for this, I think. I can use it as an eyeshadow or as a contour or whatever I want to use it as in the project though. So 30 uses is definitely doable. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. I don't know what to expect from it. This next product is by Cover Effects. This is a setting spray. This is the High Performance Setting Spray. This is a product I've had in my collection for way too long, and it's really bad because I've had this probably for like 2 years in my collection, and this was actually a product that one of my coworkers had decluttered, and I don't know how long she had it in her collection prior to giving it to me, and it's still pretty full. Like, I cannot see it all through this packaging, but let's see. I cannot see down there either. It feels very, very full, even though I've had it for so long, and I shone a flashlight into it and I think it's at about here, so it's nothing I'm gonna finish in those 30 uses, but I'll get to know this product a little bit better and understand if it's something that I want to pan in the future, or if it's something I want to hold on to, if it's something that I even think is worth recommending. So I think that that is something that I'm really looking forward to getting out of this project with a lot of the products. This is something that I don't think is really suited to my skin at this time of year. We are in the winter here in Canada, and so I don't think I need something that really locks my makeup in place in any sort of normal winter conditions, but I'm also not leaving my house, so I really don't think it's something that I need. So this is going to be a little bit more of a challenge, but I'm gonna try to reach for this as often as I can remember or actually have intentions or like need for. I don't want to just use it on an everyday basis just to get those 30 uses done and over with. I want to really be able to put this to the test. So 30 uses may take a while from that product. Next up, I have a lipstick by Madame Glam. These are discontinued. They no longer make lipsticks anymore, but this is a matte lipstick in the shade Liar. And this is a beautiful, beautiful shade. But I think I haven't worn it in like a year or so, maybe even longer than that. It's a gorgeous shade. It's like a muted peach salmon kind of shade. Let me give you a swatch of it. This is a beautiful, peachy coral salmon kind of shade. It's a bit more muted. It's not super vibrant or neon. And I think that this is going to be very, very wearable for me. I am going to wear it as a blush as well as a lipstick. And I think 30 uses shouldn't be an issue with this. Lipstick, I do find I get kind of like burnt out from. So it may take me the full first 2 months. It may take me a little bit longer, but I don't think this will be too challenging of a product. It's something that I think I can wear very, very frequently. Next up is another product that's actually depotted as well. This is from the NYX Highlight and Contour Palette. And I'm really happy that I'm gonna be working on this in conjunction with the ABH Contour because this is a very beautiful, soft highlight shade. I can wear this to brighten up my face. I can wear this to like blend out bronzer or to blend out highlighter or literally any sort of cheek product whatsoever. I can use this as a targeted highlight, as a setting powder, in so many different ways. And I'm really looking forward to using this in conjunction with that powder because actually I typically keep it in this really grubby looking Colourpop magnetic palette. And I keep these two together. So it will remind me to actually reach for both of these. And my favorite blush is in here as well, which is by Essence. This is not in this project. It's not even eligible to be in this project, but I just feel like I'll be able to get some really good use out of both of these products, having them together because they often do live together. So that worked out very perfectly in my opinion. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough to use 30 times. I have a really hard time reaching for eyeshadows even more than like 15 times sometimes in my Pan Those Eyeshadows project pan. And this is a color that's quite unique. This is Colourpop Telepathy in the Super Shock Shadow formula. It is a really, oh no, I'm gonna have to glue it back into its container. Oh no. But it's a beautiful like green gold kind of shade. This was a collaboration with Kathleen Lights many years ago, and it's not something that I would be able to roll into Pan Those Eyeshadows if I were doing that project or if I do decide to do that project because I already have pan on it. So I want to get 30 uses out of it through this project to really get my money's worth out of it and to kind of have that as the last hurrah for this product. I don't know that it's something I might want to finish off eventually after that. Possibly, but we'll have to see after I use it 30 times if I'm like kind of over it at that point, or if it's something that I want to continue using in a different project pan. That would be fabulous as well. So as you can see, I do have a tiny little bit of pan there in the center, and I'm going to just keep making some good use out of this. Let me know some ways that you think this would be fun to play with because I'm not going to want to just put this all over the lid all the time. I'm going to kind of get bored of that very, very fast. And because this is a metallic, I do think that this is going to prove to be a little bit more limited in the way that I can wear it. But yeah, let me know if you have any recommendations for this shade, and I'm going to have to use some lash glue to kind of glue it back into its place. But it still is really nice and creamy, blends very, very beautiful, and it still has that really beautiful high shine metallic, and it is a really fun shade. So I'm excited to play with it. And the next product that I rolled in is a palette. It is a face palette. It is the e.l.f. Illuminating palette. I put as a like clarification in this that it's for all 4 shades. There are 4 different illuminating colors in this palette. So there's a variety of different illuminating type of products. I just have to reach for this palette as a whole 30 times. So maybe I will cocktail some of these shades together as a use. Sometimes I'll wear just one as a use. Maybe I will wear them in different ways across my face and I will count that as one use as well. So every time that I reach for this palette and integrate it into my eye look or face look or whatever, my look for the day, that counts as a use. So 30 different times I have to reach for this palette. That's not gonna be a problem. I freaking love this palette. I had this in my Shop My Stash for like 2 months straight last year and loved it. It might be something that I think takes priority over the NYX shade because I love this a little bit more and I find it's a little bit more multi-purpose and a bit more diverse, obviously, since there's more shade selection. That was something that I did think could possibly come up through this project, is I may have like 2 of the same type of product come up at the same time. And that's also why I gave myself 2 months between updates as an option so that I can still potentially get the full 30 uses in the 2-month time span. I feel like I'm not making any sense. All right, let's get into the last 3 products before I lose you on this one, all right? So this next product is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Shine Proof Powder. I have this in the shade 03 Natural Light. I do have pan on this, and this is a product that I have used an absolute ton. Like there's not a massive amount of product still left in here, but I think in 30 uses, I could get pretty close to using it up. I don't think that it will be done in 30 uses, however. This is also a product I haven't really reached for over the last like year or so. I had it in a project pan in 2019, hit pan on it, and then kind of it went to the back of my drawer and hasn't really been used all that much since then. So I am looking forward to kind of bringing this back to the top of the priority, getting to know this product a little bit more, and yeah, see how it goes. This shade is maybe a touch too deep for me right now, so I might try to use it very infrequently for the first month or so of this project and see if there's ways that I can apply it that make it not look as deep. I'm not sure, I'm really not sure, but 30 uses shouldn't be a problem with this. I feel like I can use it as like a setting powder, I can use it as a powder foundation, I can use it to even just like set down my eyeshadow primer, and that would count as a use. So 30 uses with this shouldn't be too bad. Next up, and second to last, is another lipstick. So I have 2 lipsticks and a lip gloss that I'm going to be focusing on for this first intro, for like this introduction of this project. And this is an Essence lipstick. This is the Sheer and Shine lipstick in the shade 03 BFF. I have not used this anywhere near 30 times in the whole of the like 3 or 4 years that I've owned this, which is really kind of appalling. If I'm honest, I'm a little bit ashamed to say that because I have kind of thought about decluttering this on multiple occasions, or like considered it for a brief moment, then swatched it and been like, no, I do not want to declutter that. But then I don't wear it. So I have to wear it 30 times and then really make a decision. It's this beautiful, sheer, balmy kind of lipstick that I think is just going to be so effortless and so easy to reach for. And for some reason, I don't reach for it. So I think rolling it into this project is just the perfect opportunity to get to know it, better understand if it's something I want to pan in the future, if it's something that I even like, because I really don't know that at this point, even though I've had it for so long. So 30 uses on this is going to be something that I think will be a lot of fun to experience and to better get to know the product. And this last product is a primer by First Aid Beauty. This is the Hello Fab Pores Be Gone Matte Primer. I'm gonna be honest with you, I have used this product like several times. I wouldn't say that many, but I have used it a few times, and I do not remember what my experience with this product was like. It was obviously nice enough that I held on to it, but I haven't used it since I first brought it into my collection, which was in the summer of 2019. Yeah, it would have been the summer of 2019. So haven't used it very much since then. So in these 30 uses, I'm gonna better get to know this product. There are 50 mils of product in here, which is quite a lot. So I'm not gonna be able to make like any sort of dent in it, but I can decide if it's something I wanna pan, use, have in my collection in any capacity at that point. And I think that that will be the best opportunity for this product, because if it wasn't something that I rolled into a project like this, I may let it just sit in my collection and go untouched for another year. And I really do want to get to know all of the items that I have in my collection. So I'm really happy with the roundup of the 10 products that I've selected to first start with in this project pan, but I am also super looking forward to rolling in the remaining 20 products that I have for my upcoming 4 updates of this project. Let me know what you think about the entire premise of this project pan and all of the convoluted sort of rules and intricacies that I have created for myself. I really hope that you enjoy keeping up with this series throughout the remainder of 2021 as well. That's going to be everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back with an update on this project on the 30th of March, and I'll see you then. Thank you so much, and bye everyone.